Hey guys, it's Yasmin Perez here and welcome back to my channel. Before I start the video, I just wanted to say that I had created an Instagram account, so if you can just please go show me some love and follow. I would put my Instagram username in the description below and at the beginning of this video, so please go check it out. So in this video, we're going to be talking about first love, and I know a lot of people now are experiencing that. It's summertime, you want either hot girl summer or you want to have a beautiful and amazing relationship with your boyfriend. But there are some things that you must know before going into a relationship, and sometimes I wish I knew these things myself because a lot more things would be more easier, but you would understand once I start talking about it. Being in a relationship is a lot of responsibility. It's almost like a job. And you have to remember that although it is part of, your life now, you still have other things that were in your life before this person came along, either a boy or a girl, whomever. So in this video, I'll be giving you some advice of first loves, what to do, what not to do, and hopefully it will help. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to mention, and it's kind of obvious, is to take it slow. I know you probably heard this all the time, like, oh yeah, make sure you take it slow, but it's actually really important, especially for your first relationship, to take it slow. Because I know a lot of people, whenever you get into your first serious relationship, you tend to get wind up with everything that's going on and get swept up by the love and by the romance and everything like that, but you forget everything else that you learned beforehand, or all the things that are important to you, because it becomes all about your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and you kind of don't want that. You want it to just take it slow, experience these things together, and be on the same page. If you realize that your partner or significant other wants to push more things to get a little faster, if you know what I mean, and take the next level, and you're not there, take a step back, talk to them and say, listen, I don't want to do this yet. I'm not ready. And hopefully they understand. And if they understand, then that is the person for you. And if not, then maybe you should reconsider. Because if they were the person for you, they would understand where you're coming from. And instead of getting angry about it, accept it and still love you for who you are. So that is the first thing I would tell you, is to just take it slow, take it easy, and get to know the person before you do anything else. Getting to know them, it can be fun because, it's like learning a new experience or learning like a new hobby or whatever. So it's kind of like, oh, what do you like to do? What's your favorite color? What do you like to eat? So things like that. Make sure you also, find common ground and find things you guys like to do in common. So whenever you guys go out, you can do those things together. And it actually makes dating a lot more fun, especially when you have things in common. Or even if you guys even have differences, you explore new things together. Another thing that happens, I feel like, especially when it comes to girls, is we forget our self-worth. And I think that this is so important, especially because, later on, for whatever reason, if the guy or the girl does things that they're not supposed to, your self-worth is super important. You need to understand that that cannot be replaced, nor can it be changed. And you need to remember that, because the only person that keeps your self-worth up here is yourself. You need to know, okay, I have these boundaries, and you need to set them. And if that person that you're with disrespects those boundaries, then maybe they're not for you. Another thing is to always prioritize yourself, and it is okay to be selfish. And I know the other person that you're with may be like, oh, you're always doing things on your own, or, oh, you're acting selfish, but they need to understand, when I say prioritize yourself, I mean put your school first, aside from your relationship. That comes second. You need to put your career above everything else, because God forbid you guys don't make it and you've been concentrated on this relationship for the majority period of time. What's going on with your future? Now that you're no longer with this person, what does your future look like? You don't want to question that. If the person comes in your life and they stay, that's great. But if they don't, it is okay, and you can continue on with your life, not as if nothing happened, because every relationship is a lesson learned, but your career should always come first. You never want to regret anything that happened in your life. Also, school is very, very important. Don't start slacking, or if you realize that the person you're with is a bad influence and wants you, for an example, to cut class, and you know that, okay, school was very important for me, maybe you also need to reconsider, or tell them, hey, this is what I want to do. School is very important to me. School may not be important to you, but that should not change the person that you are. It should not change your perspective on school. Once they start doing that, it can be a problem. It can be a manipulative relationship and overprotective and controlling, and you don't want that. You want to be independent. That leads to my next point, is to not depend on them. Do not depend on them. This can happen because you can depend on them, especially when it comes to happiness, or when it comes to, like, let's say if you guys live together and you can depend on them for your financial needs. No. They add to your happiness instead of it just being all about them that makes you happy. You need to understand that you yourself should make you happy. I know that this took me a long time to realize that I needed to love myself before I can love anyone else. And sometimes that might sound a little cocky, and I'm sure you've heard of this before, but like, it's actually really important. Once you love yourself, it's like you don't need anybody else in your life. They could come and go, whatever. But self-love is so important, and I just really hope that whenever you meet someone, that they don't change that, and you don't rely on them for happiness, or you don't rely on them to pay your bills or anything like that, because you need to be an independent woman or male, and you need to be strong, and you need to show that you can definitely take care of yourself, because that is important. Also, when you fall in love with someone, I don't want you to think like, oh my god, like, this guy is amazing and we're gonna get married, blah blah blah. Like, great, that's great. You can always, after being with someone for a long period of time, see yourself in the future with them and see yourself get married with them. But your world does not stop. You need to keep concentrating on yourself throughout your entire relationship. First love doesn't always mean, this is the person I'm gonna get married. And it does happen, but you don't want to have, like, your hopes and expectations so high, because for whatever reason he does something he's not supposed to, or she, and cheats or whatever. It's like your world stops and everything just goes to shit, and you don't want that. You need to realize, okay, this happened, you learn from it, you grow, you become even a better and a stronger person, and you move on. Although it is easier said than done, because being cheated on obviously really sucks, and it's probably the most painful feeling ever. But when someone says time heals all wounds, it does. But the things that you were doing before this relationship is what will make you happy again, although you have a broken heart. Also, friends and family, just do not forget about them. Sometimes whenever you start a new relationship, you become, like I said before, all about them, and you don't want that. It's great to have them in addition to your life, but it's like the friends you had before and the family you had before this relationship is also very important to maintain them. The friends and family you had before starting dating this person, it's important to keep those relationships together. It's important to keep them going, and you don't want to isolate yourself from your friends and family. You don't want to do that, because those are the ones, and those are the relationships that will last in your life, especially family. Like, family always comes first. And so this I don't want to say friendships come first, but friendships are important, because I also think it is important to have a life outside of your relationship. I think that it's important to go out with friends whenever you want to, and your boyfriend doesn't have to be there 24/7. Once your boyfriend says, oh, I have to be there, and he becomes very controlling, that is an issue. And that is something that has to be taken care of at the beginning of this relationship, or at the beginning of your relationship. You understand me? Friends are important, and they're gonna be there, and they're gonna support you, and some do come, some do go, but I wouldn't say isolate yourself from them. You know, keep your relationship with them because that is very important. Also, continue to do things that make you happy outside of the relationship. If you loved to dance before you started dating this person, continue to dance even after. You know, always have a busy schedule, and your schedule should never change. And this person that you're with, it should just add to it instead of changing it and say, oh, it's all about me. You need to be with me 24/7, because that is not okay and that is not healthy, especially at the very, very beginning. And I actually think, which I heard this advice a very, very long time ago, the less time you guys spend apart, the more time you miss them. And those feelings that, oh my god, I want to see them again, it gives you butterflies, you know what I mean? Like, it makes you like, like, I miss them so much. Like, all of that, all those feelings are there. If you're there with them all the time, it's like you forget how much you appreciate them, and you forget how much you love them or like them or anything like that. Like, you forget all about that because you're with them 24/7. But whenever they're not there, like, all those feelings come back, and it's just like it feels good to miss them sometimes. Although it gets you a little sad and lonely, it does feel good. So I would also recommend doing that sometimes, especially in the beginning of relationships. Try to keep some distance and not be with each other 24/7. Like, there is so much more that we can definitely talk about, but I feel like if I talk about all of this in one video, it would be in half an hour to an hour long. So if you guys want more advice about relationships, just please comment down below and let me know, and I would be gladly to do one. So it's never impossible. It is possible. If you want it, go for it. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you guys want to see more videos, just please comment down below and let me know what else you would like to see. I also have 2 more Shein try-on hauls coming out. I've been a little delayed when it comes to uploading videos. I'm still currently taking a summer class, and right now I'm focusing on getting an A, so it's like kind of hard to balance YouTube and school right now, but I finish soon and I'll be able to post more often. But until then, I really hope that this video was very helpful for you guys. And like I said, if you want to see more, just let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you like, and please give me a follow on Instagram. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you soon. Love you.